teen movie that, yes, it's a Die Hard ripoff, but I'm going to watch it anyway. It's an hour and 43 minutes, so it's pretty short. Skyscraper with The Rock. Yeah, I haven't done this one yet. It's a one and done, so let's get started. I haven't seen this movie in a couple years anyway. I heard the commentary, I think like 2 years ago. Yeah. Or 3 years ago. They had it at the dollar store, and I'm like, I couldn't resist. I think it's underrated. It is not one of the worst movies ever made. It's not even the worst Die Hard ripoff. They had tons of them in the 90s, and even this year with The Cleaner with the hobo. That movie was a big Die Hard ripoff, and no one went to go see it. At least people went to go see this one. And also the chat, I'm going to reduce it to subscribers. And I'm going to leave it every 5 minutes. I don't need a thing every minute. Plus, this has one thing that none of the Die Hard films had. A guy with a disability. He's handicapped because he has missing a leg. Ash Lake, Minnesota, 10 years ago. Never been to Minnesota. It's snowing, and that. Yeah, and it's a good movie. I think it's an underrated movie. It's not a great film by any means. It's no Die Hard or even Die Hard 2, but it is slightly better than Die Hard 5. You know, Good Day to Die Hard is better than that, only because while this is not R-rated, it's still shot competently. The same director, no, this director is Rawson Marshall Thurber. Yeah, no, it's not the same director from Rampage. It's a different director. There's The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We're always going to call him The Rock because that's what he called himself in the WWF slash WWE. He's just a dad. This movie has some tension in it. A new subscriber. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I hope you're normal. Because I don't need any more people with the disabilities bothering me. No more. If you're in a wheelchair and you can talk right, that's fine. But if you're mental, don't even bother because you're not my kind of people. Sorry, you're not. Evan is not like that. Evan is very, very calm, and he's not an incel. He's not, you know. He's calm. When I inbox him, we just talk like normal people. Hi. The Rock got messed up. He got all bloodied. This is where he lost his leg. James Danley's. Hi. There's Neve Campbell. Yep. Always liked her. Ever since Scream. Like, she's aged like a fine wine. I don't know why she wasn't in 5 and 6, but you know how it is with the negotiations. Actors want more money, or they don't want to do it, or without incentive, so they don't do it. Hong Kong, present day. Yep. Asia. This is before COVID, man. Jackson, I don't know who that is. But... yeah, there's a giant tower. He was the Fire Lord in Avatar: The Last Airbender live action show. I don't need preachy people on my YouTube channel either. There we go. Don't mention any religion on this channel. This is not the channel for that, okay? Keep your agendas to yourself. This is about entertainment, not being preachy. Got it? Because if you're subscribed to me and expect me to review The Chosen, you're going to be disappointed because I'm never watching that. Okay, looks like a baseball. It's a giant. It's a giant building with a baseball on it. Yeah, guys are interracial kids because they're black. Yep, he's got no leg. Hello. Hello, superhero fan. This movie didn't deserve to get crapped on. No, it's just they compared it to Die Hard, so they have to be like, oh no. Yeah, he has a prosthetic leg. It's a special effect because The Rock really has both of his legs. No, I don't want to lose my limbs. That's why I don't play with fireworks, bombs, or grenades, or any of that. I want to keep my limbs until I die. This is not the channel to be pandering. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is not my job. It's a hobby. The Architect, ooh, Seth Rollins. Oh. Neve Campbell's always been a good actress. She's Canadian. Would love to meet her at Comic-Con, but she's not going. Scream is going to be 30 years old next year. And that's an old phone. No, I haven't had any problems with this phone because I've taken care of it the past 2 years. That's why I'm able to do these podcasts. The kids are using technology. Yeah, because again, that's what kids do now. Yeah, kid. So his kids are both interracial. They have frizzy hair. I think that's an iPhone 8 or 9 because this was 2018. So the 12 I think came out like a few years ago. There's one F-bomb in this movie. That's about it. One. I didn't know because I saw this film with my parents. Fraternal twins, because Pandas are cute, but they could be dangerous. I still didn't care for a Kung Fu Panda 4. I thought it was a forced sequel like Ice Age 4, and it wasn't as funny. And without the Furious 5, it just didn't work. It was like, oh, we have Poe there and his father, but we don't have the stork or the snake or the mantis or tigress or any of them. And like, it just felt really flat. And the monkey. You have to have the full set or it doesn't feel complete. That's a real cool looking shot. Yeah, if you're gonna be preaching on my channel, don't. I don't have time for that, okay? This is my channel, no one else's. No algorithms, no companies, my channel. I created it from the bottom up, and this is only my 3rd YouTube channel. But it's still my face. Nobody can steal this. This came out in 2018 in summer, just like Infinity War and Ant-Man the Wasp and Rampage and a bunch of others. A dragon. Oz doesn't live in China. Hong Kong is a province in China, so it's close enough. Godzilla and Kong wrecked this place, like in the 2021 movie. I'm not gonna go there after what happened to me. Yeah, not for me. Yeah, they're fraternal twins, like Wanda and Pietro. I think they're saving Wanda for after, when the X-Men finally show up, because her father is Magneto, and having her be in Doomsday would be completely pointless, because she could be Doctor Doom in like a snap of a finger, a wave of her hand. No, we don't want it to be easy. I would even add that this channel is not meant for children. It's not. I don't have kids. I have a niece. She's not going to be on this channel because she's not my daughter. She's my niece. And I haven't seen her in 2 months. My channel was never meant for children. Even if I review a movie that is for kids, the way I talk and the way I associate myself, yeah, not a kids channel. If I make a video only for kids, I'll make it for kids. But this one is not. I'm just trying to protect the parents out there that think kids need to watch my channel. You're right, superhero man. If I go to another country, I have to have my phone with me, so I can translate something on my Google Translate. $14 in. Yeah, I wanted to do a movie that was way shorter than Dune. Either version. The 1984 version or the 2021 version. He has a tablet. I'm not after this. Yeah, that's what he thinks. It's funny how a text message here be so creepy in a movie. Remember the movie Nonstop? Wow. Again, it still looks like a baseball. Wow. He could see himself. It is. Yeah. It's like a mirror room. With technology, yeah. A lot of things are possible. I just wish people would stop using it to complain. Because that's not cool. That dragon is awesome. Not yet. That is a really cool effect. Wow. The Drop movie, I want to see that one. Drop, I want to see it on streaming. It's on Peacock Premium, but I can't see it there. So I'll have to wait till it's on Netflix or just watch it on a BitTorrent or something. Hmm. They're an interracial couple and they don't have to dwell on it. It's a fun movie for what it is. It starts kind of serious to build up the characters. I'm glad I got that AC because it's hot today. Not as hot as last week. It was like 101 last week. Today is like 85. So warm. It's summer. It's supposed to be hot. You think I'm going to go to an Asian country? Unless it's Japan, I'm not. I have no interest. Watch your back, Rock. Yes, I know. Grabbed him. Parkour, just like in Brick Mansions. This is a couple of years after Brick Mansions. The Pearl Sub Basement Level 15. It's too bad I didn't do this for Asian month, but it's too late for that. Next month is July. Tomorrow. That means 4th of July. No more Pride. Yeah. No more. That doesn't exist. It gets eradicated. When I see Superman next week, it gets eradicated. And I do not want to hear there's gay stuff in the movie because it won't be. This is not The Flash or Eternals or Multiverse of Madness where they have to put gay couples for no reason except to throw them a bone, even though it's not the genre for them. Sorry, it's not. Stick to your dramas and romance novels. We're 20 minutes in. Gotcha. Oh no, a white guy. Yeah, they're taking over the building, except in this one, they go through the wall. They don't come right in front of the door. In Die Hard, they shoot their way in. Here, they go through a wall. That is different. And I'll say this, I like this movie better than G20 because G20, Anthony Starr is not intimidating. As soon as I heard him start talking, I'm like, this guy got cancer. Oh my God. It's just an expression, guys. When I say they have cancer, that means that it's a joke from South Park. I don't hate this movie. I think it's under this and and the Drop. I'm gonna probably enjoy Drop. I like the lead actress. I think she's very attractive, and it's good to have different actresses that are not foreign. Yeah, I don't see pandas. I can see them on the Nature Channel or whatever, or on the Discovery Channel. Yeah, they don't look suspicious. They're wearing red jumpsuits. You know, like the guys from Hawkeye, those Russian guys with the jumpsuits. So they crack me up, no man. It's like we found them, bro. At least they made me laugh. I didn't get, I didn't get one laugh from Yelena. Because I did Rampage already, and I did other movies with The Rock, Hercules, and GI Joe Retaliation. So I wanted to do something different. Of course, he's double crossing him. I knew the guy with the big nose was a. Of course not. The Rock ain't got no white brothers. Wow, is this guy a UFC fighter? Because he's fighting The Rock and he's putting up a fight. If this was Steven Seagal, he never likes to get beat up. In his early days, he would have just chopped him once and it would have been over. I'm like, nope, it's a fake leg. It's a prosthetic. A very physical movie. While this isn't Deadpool and Wolverine, it's not watered down like Charlie's Angels 2019. That's why this made money and Charlie's Angels did not. Because it was pandering, man-hating BS, just like Ghostbusters 2016. Movies should not be hating on men or women. We're all equals. You leave that agenda in your pants. Get him, Rock, get him. Good stunt, man. Good stunt work. Oh, you ruined the TV, you bastard. Yep, you're dead. Yep, you're an idiot. You started the fight, you lose the fight. You screwed up. Flammable white. Look at that. Powder. They're wearing gas masks. Again, don't try this at home. If you're using fireworks in a couple of days, be careful. Don't incinerate your fingers. The building's on fire. We're 27 minutes in. Besides, in Die Hard, he was already in the building when they were setting it on fire and blowing it up. Plus, this is in Asia, not California or New York, like in Part 3. Yep, she tasered him. Nope. There's the cops. No, not a lot of blood because again, it's a PG-13, but there's a lot of gunplay in the movie though. And again, this movie did better than Thunderbolts. Think about that. This did not cost $300 million. It has a bankable star who's still bankable, in my opinion, and it had less cast. It had a less cast to deal with. Got a mosquito bite. Just some hand sanitizer to clean light wounds. Just make this part. I don't want to read subtitles. I didn't want to read subtitles this summer because, like I said, I'm lazy. I'm only going to do that if I see Kamen Rider, Ultraman, or Super Sentai. But most of the films I'm going to review will not be subtitled. This whole scene is subtitled. You know why? To get the Asian market involved in the movie. And it's played by Zima and the guy that played was he Ryu yeah, I think it's the guy that played Ryu in the 1995 for Street Fighter movie. There's always a movie that comes out in the U.S. that wants to appeal to the Asian market. Even during COVID. That's what Shang-Chi did. That's what the Mulan remake did. Half of the Transformers movies, because there were Japanese toy lines that were made into a cartoon. Forgot that this has subtitles, but it's fine. It's the last day of June, so tomorrow I'll be doing the movie that's not subtitled. I try to do movies that are not foreign, because I don't want to read subtitles, guys. I am lazy. Hopefully Superman won't have any subtitles. I don't need it. All those people's massacred. Asian Black Widow here. Right? With that emo haircut. Plus, John McClane didn't have a cell phone. There were no cell phones in 1988 or 1990. There were no iPhones back then, or smartphones. The F-bomb is like halfway through the movie. Yeah, everything with technology, man. You could do things a lot faster than you could do. This was like what? This was 30 years after Die Hard. 2018. Die Hard was 1988. And the technology's been advanced since then. Back then, a touchscreen was like a brand new thing in 1988. Now, everything has a touchscreen. TVs, tablets, phones, video game systems. Yeah, they all have. Even cash machines have like a thumbprint or something like that. I don't get why people behind so many movies today thought it was a smart idea, make audience read subtitles. Yeah, if the film is foreign, I get it. Shin Godzilla or Godzilla -1 or some of these animes, but they give you the option to have the dubbed version. When they release like Demon Slayer or One Piece or Dragon Ball, they give two options. Sometimes they just force you the subtitles, even if it's an American-made movie. I'm like, why? I don't want to read. I don't want to read. If I want to read, I'll read a comic. That'll take me a few minutes, not 2 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what they're looking for. Fire spreads, man. They dropped the phone. That was a good effect. That's scary. Of course, they would never do this today, because that's why Drop didn't make a lot of money, because they didn't want people to be reminded of 9/11, because that was decades ago. But some people have never gotten over it. You think I saw Godzilla versus Kong for the subtitles? No, I saw it for the monster action. Some people didn't go through 9/11. I did. I was there. Okay, I wasn't in Manhattan, but I saw those towers get destroyed. Some people weren't born until after that happened. Like Iman, she was born after 9/11. So was Lizzie Green and Millie Bobby Brown. They didn't go through 9/11. I did. So you don't know what it's like. Truman, what accent is that? I don't know. What? Wow. That guy had a cameo. Some people talk too much, man. Trust me, I know the feeling. $38 minutes in. I should have put some insect repellent. I'm gonna have to put that tomorrow. It's got a big mosquito bite on my arm. Stupid mosquitoes. They're gonna be spraying for West Nile virus in August. He's climbing the building. I said mute, damn it. Don't want to hear this. I forgot. I should have put this movie for May. I forgot there was subtitles in this movie, like Shang-Chi, but I'm not doing that one until possibly September, because that's when it came out. Because it's got subtitles. The first 9 minutes of that movie are subtitled. Why? Because Marvel wanted to make an Asian movie in the MCU when people do not want to read. Trust me. When they're like, is this movie in English or is the whole movie subtitled? No, it would have flopped if it did, because people don't want to read. That's why Godzilla Minus One didn't make $1 billion, because people are lazy and they want to just see the movie, not read it. I know, because I've been to subtitle screenings of movies and they were empty. Well, one was full because I went to the film forum in 2014 and it was the original Gojira. But again, that was a rare exception. When I saw the movie back in the 90s, I was a kid, and It was not subtitled. They didn't subtitle movies on TV back then. It's not that I won't read subtitles. I just don't like reading them. I did like 7 kaiju movies last month that were subtitled. At least 7 or 8 of them. And mute this part. Yes, I know what he's doing. We're almost an hour in. I'm glad this movie's under 2 hours, because Die Hard was long. It was 2 hours and 10 minutes. They could have trimmed it a little bit. Yeah, he's Spider-Man now. Again, I would never attempt this. I don't climb tall buildings or bridges or tall mountains. I stick to going up a hill or walking on solid ground. Walking I like doing. Climbing, not so much. Because you'll get hurt or you'll die. Get up there, Rock. Get up there. Sledgehammer like Triple H. The door's open. That building is coming down. Because on 9/11, the building fell. It crumbled in a few seconds. Because it wasn't on fire. It crumbled like a cookie. I saw that. I experienced that, and I'm still here. Because I can take anything. If that and COVID couldn't take me down, nothing can. No. No. Sharp. I love Asian girls, but they're not in the movie that much. They're like in the background, or it's one of the head women, assassins. Yep. This is the scene from The Amazing Spider-Man. Go lower this now, because it's cool. There we go. Much better, because it's nice and cool in here now. I'll do it! I'll escape with you! Whee! Yep. Again, this movie's not realistic. Don't look for realism with a man jumping on a skyscraper like it's a diving board. Yes, I know. Thank you for telling me what's happening. You don't have to read. I don't have to read subtitles to know what's going on. I'm not a doofus. In Die Hard, there were Germans, not Asians. There was one Asian, Al Long, who was in a lot of films in the 80s and the 90s. That's a cool shot. Here comes a shot from the trailer. I'm Black Adam. Yeah, again, this defies all gravity. Unless you're Tom Cruise, I don't buy it. But again, it's a movie, guys. It's a movie. I mean, there were Asians in Captain America: Brave New World. It's pretty intense. Again, don't try this. You jump, you're not going to make it. Even if the building's right in front of you. They're cheering. Hey, the rocket, look at that guy's like, yes. that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, because at least with the rocket, that's why they call him the Rock, because he's a rock. Rocks can't be destroyed so easily. They're not indestructible, but they're not easily broken. Again, they're telling us stuff that we already know. They're in the building. He's gonna jump. He's inside again. Oh, man, this is scary. As a person that's seen all these fires happening this year in 2025, yeah, fire's scary, guys. We use it to cook every day, but it's also very scary if you're around it. Never play with it. Yep. The real villains are white guys, but there's also some Asians as well. Yep, the helicopter pilot is dead. And I would take a movie this long over a Mission Impossible 8 any day. Because you do not need to be over 2 hours to prove a point. Okay, guys? You're not Infinity War Endgame. You're not even No Way Home. You have to do things shorter. You don't have to make movies 3 hours to get your point across. Hold on. I know when a movie's not for me and when it is. This at least has an action star I buy. Because with Black Adam, you could tell that that was The Rock's movie. You know, it was his ego got in the way. Here it didn't. Rock didn't direct this movie. I don't know if he produced this movie. Yes, he did. Yes, he produced the movie, but he didn't direct it. He didn't write it. If they stabbed him, got a piece of debris on his arm. It's well done. I think this movie has a lot of charm to it. And it has an occasional joke or two to, lighten the mood. Vodka for the pain. And some duct tape. He has to do this by himself because there's no one else around. It's like when Bruce Willis got glass in his feet. Ooh, jeez. The vodka, that'll kill the pain. Yeah, it hurts. I know, I put out rubbing alcohol on my cuts before, and it hurts. This was what Logan was doing in Deadpool and Wolverine. He was drinking like some rubbing alcohol or whatever just to get through the day. I'm like, yeah, I get it, Logan. It's a fun movie. I think it's not as bad as critics say it is. Just, it's too similar to Die Hard. Yeah, so was The Cleaner, and that flopped. Because it has the kiss of death of cinema in it. That's why. The Rock is not the kiss of death. He can be good in films. Moana 2 was not his fault. That was bad writing of the songs and the new characters that they added. That's what hurt the movie. Not The Rock and not Lulai. It was the songs and the side characters I did not care about at all. I liked Moana's sister. That's it. The new characters, other than that, can bite me. I think the effects are fine. They don't look terrible. They're not as good as Die Hard, but they're better than Die Hard, A Good Day to Die Hard. Or Charlie's Angels. Or Expendables 3 and 4. This is the scene, I think, yeah. The British guy is bad? Yeah, no kidding. They're always bad. Whether in movies or in real life. Mommy, not mummy. You adult, yes. Please stab him. He's Brits. You get what you deserve, UK members. You get what you deserve. In Deadpool and Wolverine, when he broke that guy's nose, I'm like, you got exactly what you deserve, you big mouth British pinto, you. And Emma Curran got exactly what she deserved. She blew up because she's not her brother. Charles Xavier was a loving, caring individual. He was flawed, but he wasn't like killing people with wiggle fingers. I'm getting my Superman poster next week. I'm gonna put it on my door so you guys can see it over there by my door. See that door? That's where I'm gonna put it. That door over there. Right there. Not my front door, the side door, because I've never put a poster there. Wow. They would have died of smoke inhalation. Bye, Bento. Yep. Burning in hell, where he belongs. I think it's a fun movie. It's not that bad. Is Rampage a more fun movie? Yeah, the third act is a lot of fun. It was like a Godzilla movie come early. It was a year before King of the Monsters and a couple years before Godzilla versus Kong. So it whet my appetite with the the crocodile thing against George. It's pretty awesome. At least this isn't Fast and the Furious where it's played for laughs. No, this movie is mostly dead serious, but it's not a melodrama. It's not, people suffering for 2 hours or more, or a bunch of racist stuff. It's none of that. Tightrope. And plus, it was good to see Neve Campbell in a theatrical release because she was mostly doing television after Scream 4. Because that was like the last thing I saw her in the theater. She's always been good. I loved her as what's her face? I forgot her name in Scream. Cindy. Yeah. Or Sydney. Sydney, not Cindy. Sydney. Good stuff. She was good in all those movies. In 3, she kind of got underused, but 4, I thought she was really good in that. Yeah, because there's smoke inhalation. This happened to me before. It almost happened to me because I never had a fire in this house, but there's been fires in this area many times. As recent as last month. Because some of these people cook outside and they don't know what they're doing. That's pretty, yeah, it is crazy. The Rock was proved that he could do this movie. Where he doesn't even smile in this movie, but I get it. It's a very serious movie. He can act dramatically and comedically. Plus, he's wearing a dressy shirt. He's not wearing a tank top like Bruce Willis. And then he's shirtless at the end. Because I know a lot of people know her for the Scream movies, and she does well in those, but I did like seeing her in this. This would never work in real life. Because how fast that thing is going. That's like a bullet train. That's like what Val Kilmer used in Batman Forever when he went through that tube or whatever. We're an hour in. See, it went by pretty quick. Very fast-paced movie for a 2018 film. What a man wouldn't do for his kids and his wife, man. And I like that him and his wife are in speaking terms here. They're not like in Die Hard. They look at each other like, "Oh, I couldn't get this job unless I felt I wasn't married." Again, you shouldn't lie to people to get a job. Never lie. Honesty is the best policy. I've been saying that for years now. You bet I'm going to get a Superman poster. I'm going to put it in my room. I haven't put a poster in this room since 2023 with Mario. Yep. Here it is. Look at those flames, man. How long is that building going to burn down? Like 2 hours, 2 more hours? Mm-hmm. The kids are fine actors. They're not terrible in the movie. They just have to be the kids, that are constantly in danger. There it is. 63 minutes into the movie. You're going to throw the daughter off the roof. Did you hear what he said? They would never say that in a movie today. Why? Because people are so overly sensitive to their kids. That little girl's so cute, man. I hope she grew up into a beautiful young woman. It's been 7 years, so she's probably like a teenager by now. And yes, John McClane had a daughter and a son, so, but they were not twins. Because if this was Die Hard, that would have been like the 50th F-bomb in the movie. Hold on, let me put it down. Much better. Yeah, that's the only smile in the movie he gives. Transformers movie? No, I'm not going to review that. It's interesting. This movie entertained me. It's definitely aged better now than it did back when it first came out. Mainly because, there've been so many fires this year. And geez. And so Hollywood was burning to the ground in the beginning of the year in January. It's a sign. Because, they were making all this garbage and had all these agendas and people hating each other, and the fires are going to keep spreading. When you ignite the flames of hate, they're going to get bigger. Because it's not the guy from the raid. That's Ryu from the Street Fighter movie. He could speak English. It's just that they didn't want they wanted it to be Asian, He's not even from Hong Kong, I think. Doesn't look it. Bota. He looks like one of the Russians from Stranger Things. Yuri? Why would he trap himself in the fire? I don't know. Some people are just... I had fun with this one back in 6 years ago. I haven't watched it. People losing their houses. No, I didn't say it was funny. I'm just saying that it's horrible because it happened in here too. In New York City, there've been a lot of fires in the school the not the forest, but like in the parks and in this area. It's not funny. Trust me. I went through an electrical fire in my house a few years ago. It almost burned down the entire basement. Thankfully, my dad stopped it in time because always get fire retardant plugs because it's way better. They look like this. They look like this. See? They're like this. They're very strong and they're durable. And they can withstand a fire. They're non-flammable. The Rock plays the hero well, but he could also be a good anti-hero and a villain. Because I liked Red One. I thought that was a fun movie. I want to do a podcast for that. If not in July, definitely by November. I'm sorry that Karen couldn't be in Minecraft or in Red One, but she was pregnant with a baby, and she's a mom now, so she had to know she had to do what was best for her child. Her career can wait. A lot of women procreate and then go back to work. Since this is an action movie, I would say that unlike the last Mission Impossible movie, didn't cost 400 million. No, and it's not 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 41 minutes, guys. That is way too long. That's way too long. You could have cut half of those characters out in Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Part 2. You didn't need 15 characters. You don't. I know because the first Mission Impossible was 1 hour and 50 minutes. It was not 2.5 hours. It didn't get to that until like Fallout was like the first one that was almost 2.5 hours. Where did the money go? So she has time to build her career up. She can lead a movie. I know it. She could. Wait, the Wi-Fi does not appear to be connected to the internet. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I don't know what that's talking about. Oh, I think my dad shut off the Wi-Fi. That's probably what happened. I'm just gonna keep going, guys. That's probably what happened. It probably was off for like a few seconds. I'm gonna keep going, even if I have to do this without Wi-Fi. That's probably why, because he's setting up the table for the for the cable and the TV. The DVD player will still keep going because as long as I have electricity, it's fine. I'm gonna keep going until this is over, then I can shut it off. I have a good old prosthetic leg. Kiernan could have been in the movie more. It's just that she was doing something else, and then they turned her into a giant CGI witch at the end. And I'm like, they were kind of copying WandaVision and Agatha all along. But I still like the film. I laughed. I like the holiday theme. I love Chris Evans. I will always love that man's work because he's fun to watch. It's too bad he has nothing this summer, unlike that idiot that's going to be in Fantastic Four this year. Sorry. Chris Evans is Johnny Storm. You'll never have his essence, Joseph Quinn. At least he can carry a movie. You can't. Yeah, it's kind of like a video game, this movie. It's like an Uncharted movie. Or a game. Like Uncharted 2 or 3, where you have to jump on things. Yeah. It's not just running in the jungle. You have to jump on things, too. I want to be entertained. I'm not looking for the meaning of life in a movie. If I want something meaningful, I'll go see Superman next week, and I'm going to review it, and I'm going to put a new poster on my wall, and I'm going to have a swell time with it. Ja! And everybody's watching it on a Titantron. Whee! Whoa! Oh, that's going to hurt in the morning. That's an awesome twist, by the way. This stunt. Again, don't attempt this. This is a movie that physics don't apply in a real movie. But in real life, it does. You jump off a building, you better hope you have a parachute. Or a hang glider. Or a nice giant mattress waiting for you to you could fall in. Because Kiernan can lead a movie. If Emma Myers can lead a movie, then she can too, because she's young. They're going to be looking for younger people to be in the X-Men, not people that are 45 years old. The Rock he really tries in this movie. He does. Clapping. There's some people that are not Asian, they're white. The Rock goes through hell in this movie. She's so good, man. Neve Campbell, don't let people get you down. Nowadays, people could get you down with just a few words to get out how ugly they are on the inside. Trashing people like Dominique Thorne just because she played Ironheart. She's gonna be back, guys. She's not going anywhere. These MCU actors have most of them have guaranteed contracts to be in more than one film or show. So suck it, okay? The ones that are gonna fizz are Florence because she had her first big flop, major flop, and I'm like, yeah, because nobody cared. Nobody cared about your Thunderbolts movie. I never even heard of those members. Never. I've heard of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the Guardians and the Defenders and the Avenger and the X-Force. I've never heard of the Thunderbolts. Sadie's already in the MCU. She's filming right now as we speak. This guy was in The Dark Knight. This Asian guy. See, that scene was in Hong Kong too, but that made the movie twice as long. This movie, the whole movie's in Hong Kong, mostly after the opening, and it's only an hour and 43 minutes. That looks like an Iron Man piece of technology. See, that's a man that will sacrifice himself. And Chow's not the villain in the movie. He's not. It's the other guys are. There are deleted and extended scenes I can see late next time. Yep, he got a sword. It's a cool scene. Is we're 80 minutes in, so we're almost done. Luckily, because with I'm happy that Sadie got work. I knew she was gonna get it. I was like, who's a redhead that hasn't been in the MCU yet? Her. And she's perfect for whoever she's playing. I still think she's gonna be MJ or some version of MJ. Because we haven't seen that. We haven't seen a Mary Jane, a redhead, in any of the Spider-Man movies, live action, since Spider-Man 3. Yep. MJ was supposed to be in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but there was so much clutter in that movie, it was just too late. Lizzie Broadway, I want her as either Gwen Poole, because I think she has a personality in the height and also the blonde hair. Because if you see her in Gen 5, I'm like, that's what Gwen Poole should be like. Because it's a different version than Gwen Stacy. It's a completely different character. Yep. The pen is mightier than the sword, not on this day. Whee! Got it. That was close. Bolta's still more. This actor that plays Bolta is way more intimidating than Anthony Starr. I don't know. It's just he's just. It's like, you know what I'm gonna be? I'm gonna be Australian and I have a beard, so I don't look like Homelander. Homelander blew people's heads off with his laser vision. It's like he's like an evil version of Superman and Cyclops, and I'm like, wow, that's people idolize that character. Yeah, he's a psychopath. He is. He is. He's a psychopath. That's why the nostalgia critic can't review The Boys. He'll get so many guidelines will go right up his anus with that because yeah, because it's so violent. Gen 5 was pretty violent too. What I've seen so far. I'm gonna finish it in July. Yep. And she's choking her with the seatbelt. That's something we didn't see in Die Hard. Right, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because Palm Clementine was cool in Dead Reckoning Part 1. But then they make her they don't make her bad in the next movie. I'm like, she's not a ripoff of Harley Quinn. Just make her something interesting. Don't underuse her. Look at that. Naya, I would love to see Naya play Psylocke or something, or one of the other X-Men, and Kitty Pryde. There's Boda. 84 minutes in. In Die Hard, it was his wife, not his daughter, until the fourth movie. The movie's almost done. I didn't see this in theaters because it came out in like April or May or something like that of 2018. And after Infinity War, I was pretty drained. Yep. Yep, and he blows up too. That's a pretty awesome death. Different from Hans Gruber. Yeah, he falls, but he doesn't blow up. He falls to his death. It's a tablet. That Psylocke outfit was so hot on Olivia Munn. It was. That would be the only reason I would do a podcast for that, for X-Men Apocalypse. Because it's just so bad, man. They wasted so much potential in the movie. Quicksilver had one of the cool scenes in it, but Psylocke should have not been a villain. Storm should not have been a villain. She's a hero, damn it. And Magneto, he's just a villain. He's not meant to be an anti-hero. And Apocalypse looked ridiculous. He should have looked like Thanos, but, you know, about as big as him. They really need to put that out those fires. It's heartfelt. I could tell he loves that little girl so much. Fire suppression system. Reboot the system. Yes, please. 2, 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank God. I thought that whole building was gonna blow up, man. Because you saw the first Die Hard. That Nakatomi Plaza was screwed, man. You can reboot a system. Yeah, there's buildings that are smart like that now, that they run on Wi-Fi. Online, yep. Put out that fire. If only they had this kind of technology back in 2001. 9/11 could have been prevented, but it is what it is, guys. It happened. We have to move on. Yep, they're safe. The building is, the fire's being extinguished. That can happen. That didn't happen in Die Hard. Sometimes that works, but they won't work for everything. DC knew that they were in trouble, and they had to reboot their whole cinematic universe and do it different, better this time. That's why the Superman movie is gonna save them and make $1 billion. It's gonna soar in 11 days, man. The Rock is a mess. He needs a shower, a change of clothes, and some bandages for all of his wounds. Mm-hmm. Why are those people standing there? They should go home. It's not a show, guys. People's lives were at stake. They're taking selfies. They're taking selfies and filming the whole thing. Slow-mo shot. Rock is a good actor. I've always said that ever since Rundown back in the 2000s. Because Scorpion King was, a spin-off of The Mummy, but it was really the Rundown that proved that he could lead a movie, even though it didn't do well at the time. But The Rock proved that he can act. Yeah, never go back to Hong Kong after this. And it has a happy ending. Sometimes movies like this don't. Look at Rogue One. Everybody dies in that, whether you're a minority or not. Yeah. Yes, he does. Yeah, he does. He's been in that building all day. He got debris and blood all over him. Yes, he is. People are cheering. Of course, people just should not be cheering. Remember Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he's fighting Electro? Why are you people standing there? You could get electrocuted and killed. What, you don't know that you're in danger? Yeah. It's about 93 minutes. It's not an hour and 43. That's the last 10 minutes are end credits. 93 minutes. That's what Skyscraper from 2018. Fun movie for what it is, yeah. Yeah, that's it for the movie. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow I'll be doing my podcast in the afternoon because I'm going out to the theater to see Sonic 3. So see you then. Acknowledge me and take care, and then see you in July.